Last time on Knights of the Rolled Table, inside the sprawling city of Valentrell, Melbin and Theo are challenged by a mysterious changeling ally of Drake Bloodmoon to rescue 3 other knights that went missing in a temple of Avaros. After sneaking into the catacombs, Theo befriended a rat, which led them to a sewer entrance where they navigated through the tunnels. They narrowly avoided a deadly encounter with a giant spider, which gave them information about occasional screams that came from the underground temple above. Rising into this chamber from the tunnels below, Theo and Melbin discover 3 chained prisoners and a cloaked priest who questioned their sudden appearance.
Yenni, Diedre, and Igneous. The 3 of you are in this room. You currently have hoods over your heads. So Diedre and Yenni are chained against the wall. You guys are barely conscious, and you hear things happening around you. You've heard some people writing. You've heard some doors slam. In the past 24 hours that since you've been captured, you've fallen in and out of consciousness. You've been poked and prodded, but just out of like, hey, wake up, that kind of thing. You don't understand the undercommon that was spoken, but Yenni, you did understand Orcish being spoken to, and you understood a very deep-sounding orc. It wasn't quite understandable. It was more like if somebody had marbles in their mouth, but in Orcish, talk back, and it was along the lines of move that over there and pick that up. And no, they're still alive. Not until tonight. Those kind of things. Igneous, you've been fairly unconscious for most of the night, and when you do have bouts of consciousness, you feel yourself chained to a table and pulled, in different directions from your appendages.
I've been laying down. I'm fine.
You don't see them, but you hear these 2 other figures kind of question this other third figure who you've heard previously give orders, and now speaking common and saying, "Why are you here? You can't be here. I don't know you."
Now listen here, friend. These people are coming with us, and there's nothing you can do about it, so you better either get out of the way or help us get them out.
I understand. You're probably other knights. Well, I'll capture you too, and you will make excellent sacrifices.
Bismuth! And you hear,
"Oh, a challenge!"
And you turn around from the other side of the room behind the columns. The 2 of you who were not bound and hooded see this large figure. You've seen an orc before, maybe you even fought one in previous battles, but this is more like it used to be an orc. Melbin, I'm just going to say your divine sense goes off. You don't even have to turn on divine sense. You get the
that overwhelming.
it's an overwhelming sense of undead. What used to be an orc, you see the head of an orc, 1 arm, the lower torso, 1 leg. They're all very large and orcish, but then the rest of it is kind of made up of other parts, and they're connected by this tethering, glowing sort of shadow mist that's going between them, and it's almost like this sort of floating puzzle piece where the other appendages, the other arm and the other thing, maybe there's a bugbear arm, and there's like another, like the lower torso is made up of some sort of fleshy substance, and you're not really sure what it came from, but this thing is kind of dead looking, and it's holding a gigantic, very large axe with segmented metal in its handle, and it looks like the spinal cord of a bear. It's very intimidating and sharp, and it's divided by onyx and obsidian rivets. and it steps forward with its tusks baring with these dead, cold, white eyes, and it goes,
Play.
Does anybody else smell that?
I need all of you to roll initiative for me.
Even the people chained up.
Even the people chained, because you will have a chance to say something or do something and just kind of to get a marching order of things here. Also, I should let you know, Yenni, Diedre, and Igneous, you have 2 levels of exhaustion, so you have disadvantage on ability checks and your speed is halved. Diedre, you are restrained, but you can talk even though you have a hood on. What would you like to do?
Do I still have like my thieves' tools on me?
You do not. Your weapons and items have been removed from your person. Somewhat roughly by a large hand.
Darling, trust me, I'm much more useful when I'm not restrained. I have several former lovers who can confirm as much. Please. Let us go. If anything, at least my nostrils allow me to breathe some better ventilated air. Can I even attempt to try and weasel my hands out? Like, I feel like the nimbleness of my little thieves' hands, like, I should be able to at least attempt it.
Okay, you know what? You want to try it? I'm going to let you try it. This is going to have a really high DC.
1 million.
This is a skill check.
Oh, I get disadvantage, huh?
Give me a sleight of hand with disadvantage.
Okay, that's a 20 and a 16.
So you get real close, but it's just you can't quite slip it through. You're like, oh, those extra inches. I shouldn't have had that pop over.
I shouldn't have had that almond.
Yeah, exactly. The roasted almond. Next up is this shadow orc. So the shadow orc pulls the battle axe and it heads towards
Come at me, bro.
heads towards Melbin because he's being goaded a little bit. So it's going to take its battle axe and go and swing at you with its large battle axe. Oh gosh, that's terrible. The first attack is 12. Rolled a 2.
That's gonna miss.
And the second one is a 29.
That one will hit a little bit.
So it slashes with its battle axe one-handed with its good arm, and it goes. One of them makes purchase. It also takes its other arm, which is kind of like ethereally connected by shadow, and it slashes at you, and that's a 22 to hit.
That'll hit.
And that's 8 points of slashing.
Alright.
All right. That is its turn. Yenni, you are currently restrained. It's your turn, followed by Melbin.
Okay. Do we have a vague idea of where Diedre and I are in relation to each other? Are we on the same wall?
Yeah, so you're on the same wall. You guess by the talking, you're about 6-7 feet apart. You feel like you're kind of in. I'll say you probably were hooded before you came in here, so you're on one of the back walls, and you've heard a door way on the other side of the room where you are. So you're in some sort of back of the room against the stone wall.
Got it. As far as restraints, are just our arms restrained, or are arms and feet restrained?
Arms are restrained.
Got it. Okay.
From above, so you're doing the kind of thing where you're kind of loosely.
Yes.
Like this.
So it should be possible to run along the wall and maybe try and like connect with each other.
You can certainly try.
We can certainly try.
This sounds like a stunt.
Stunt!
This would need to be a coordinated effort.
Diedre, I'm on your right, okay?
Yenni, are you sure it's my right or your right? Because remember last time you got the two mixed up.
No, I'm pretty sure I have it right this time. And it's right. And that's what I mean. It is correct that I'm to your right.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. I'm gonna run at you, and you gotta come at me. And we can I don't know. I'll try and get the hood off your head.
I feel like this is going to end terribly, but...
No. This is gonna be great. Trust me.
I
I'm
don't
gonna-
have a better idea, so I suppose I'm going to do this.
In Yenni's mind, she can make it, though obviously I don't think she will. But
This is a stunt. Since
Got
since Diedre is technically helping you, I will give you advantage, but because
Got it.
you have disadvantage with your skill checks, it's just
Exhaustion.
a straight roll. So
Okay.
make a, I'm gonna say acrobatics check.
Ooh. All right. Oh, that's a 3.
So okay, so here's what happens. Melbin is engaged, but Theo, you see on the back wall these two figures, and I'm kind of doing this with my hands so you can see it. And the little one runs up, and the other one is running towards the little one, and the little one just runs up and jumps up and puts the legs out and kicks the other one right in the stomach. And just poof. And they're both blindfolded, or they're both hooded, and then the little
I'm
one goes,
sorry. I'm sorry.
Hold on now. Don't get excited. We'll let you out.
All right, I'm gonna say that's your turn. Melbin, you're up, followed by Theo, and then Igneous.
Cool.
Theo, free them. I'll take care of this monster.
I'm gonna cast Ensnaring Strike, which is a bonus action, and then I'm gonna try to attack him.
Okay.
Crit, 30.
Nice.
Ooh, dang, 30 to hit.
Yeah, first crit of season 5.
That misses. No, I'm just kidding.
I literally can't do any better.
No, that definitely hits.
That one's a 28.
Okay, that hits.
36.
Melbin makes 2 big strikes, and it is my dungeon master, kind of honesty to tell you that you do have smites that you can add
I don't know how to do anything.
as a paladin.
Smite.
There it is, Divine Smite.
You just decide to smite.
So you basically, if you want to use a smite, it uses a spell. It uses a spell slot. Depending on which spell slot you use, it's more smite, which means
Well,
more
the crit
dice.
doubling will apply to the smite.
Why not? I'll go ahead and do a Divine Smite on that. It's be 52 total damage.
And roll another d8 because it's radiant.
Radiant,
correct?
and it's that was just a 1. So
And this is undead.
53.
Take that, villain.
Melbin takes his warhammer, boom, boom, and all these vines tangle around this big undead orc, and this divine shockwave kind of goes out, and it just rocks it to its core. Its left arm, which is connected by shadow energy, just falls off and slags to the floor. It goes, ouch. Theo, you're up next, followed by Igneous.
Theo is going to cast Shillelagh on his shepherd's crook and imbue it with magical energy. And then he's going to come over to, I guess, Igneous. He was probably the closest to us when we came up, right? We were over at Igneous.
Yeah.
All right, I want to try and free him. So I'll look at the, is it like locked with keys? Does it look like I could force it open? Do I need to jimmy it open?
It's he's got chains and shackles around his wrists and ankles. It would take either a really strong hit or some sort of a large blade.
Each shackle's individually locked.
Or there is a lock on each shackle.
I guess what I'll try and do is I'll try and stick the end of my crook into it through the chain, and then try and pry it up to try and either break it off of the wood or to break the chain. Kind of use the length of the crook to lift up.
Okay, give me a athletics check.
Oh boy. 16.
16. You see, luckily this metal or this particular one is kind of old, and just and one arm frees up.
I try to punch him.
Hey, whoa, hold on. Same team here.
Okay, so that's your turn. Igneous, you are up.
I will use my free arm to pull the hood off my head.
Do so. It's free action. You are lying down. You see a... actually, Theo, do you want to describe yourself? What does he see looming above him?
A very tall and but friendly-looking orc man standing over you with a long shepherd's crook that he's used to undo that, and he wears hide armor and a lot of natural fibers and clothes and things like that. And he says, "Okay, you're free. Hold on, let me help."
I'll take that in and not really know what to think about it. Am I in dim light or darkness?
You are. Dim light.
Perfect. Are Yenni and Diedre in dim light?
They are. Yeah, there's only 2 torches in here, oddly enough, and they're on the columns on each side. They're in like the center column on each side, so it's not casting a ton of light. I'd say it's dim light.
Well, then I would like to shadow step out of here and appear next to Yenni and Diedre as opposed to
snap.
compete with them.
All right.
That'll be a bonus action.
Okay. You can shadow step while you're restrained. It's kind of like a misty step where it disappears into the shadow.
Yeah, I'll just leave that stuff right where it was.
Okay.
Bam.
Be free.
So, okay. So, Theo, you see this guy, and he's like, "Hold on a sec." He just
that
disappears
was
into
easy.
the shadow.
Did you do that before?
I needed to see where I was going, so actually the arm getting the hood
Okay.
off was pretty critical.
So you're going to be closer to Diedre because you can't see Yenni,
Okay.
and you're right behind this priest of some kind as well.
All right. So I want to free them. Can I have my action available? Am I able to kind of like assess if I have any opportunity to free them based on what I'm looking at? I could certainly get their hoods off.
Yeah, they have chains on their arms. They're kind of restrained, same sort of things that you had, the shackles, and their feet are not restrained, but they have their arms up like this, so they can't even. They have a little bit of movement, but not
Do I
a
see
lot.
keys anywhere that might have keys?
Make a perception check
With
disadvantage.
it's gonna be a 10.
10. You don't see any keys. Doing a quick look around, you see this fuzzy kind of priest figure who's, is just trying to figure out where you went. He's like, ah! You don't see any keys, though.
And I'm behind the priest, or I'm behind the undead orc thing, or is that the same thing?
You're behind the priest. The undead orc is fighting this other guy on the other side of the room who's in shining armor.
Okay, well, I want to get their hoods off. So I'll yank those
I'll
off.
say for your action, you can get Deidre's hood off and then move 6 feet over to Yenni and get her hood off.
That's fine, I guess. I'll do that and kind of like signal to both of them, like, shh.
It is the Death Priest's turn. He is going to kind of look around, assess the situation. Guards! Guards, we've been invaded! Get in here! And then he's going to shout that towards the door, and he will fuddle with this kind of box that has some sort of powder in it. It's like a purple rocky powder, and he throws it off to the side, kind of like past where Diedre is in the dark, and it's sort of almost like it's falling on a shape that wasn't there. It sort of like creates a doorway, and it starts glistening a little bit in the sparkly crystallized light. And he's just created something, but you're not quite sure what it is, those of you who've seen it. Diedre, you are up, top of the round.
And I'm still hooded.
You're still restrained, but you're not hooded. You have your hood off of you.
So I have Igneous next to me. Yenni is laid out in front of me, I'm assuming.
Yenni's also restrained, but she also has her hood off, and you see Igneous. You see a human male on the far side of the room in armor, and he's fighting a giant undead orc, who you assume is the kind of henchman that's been helping out. And then you also see a nicer looking orc with a shepherd's crook, who's just kind of standing there going, hello.
He seems nice.
And then you see the priest, who is
How
Does
far
not
is the
pen-
priest from me?
From you, he's about 5 feet.
Okay, I wanna try and Mike Tyson him and bite his ear off.
I'll say you can try to do that because he threw something past you, so he's kind of within. Like if you really leaned forward and got your neck out, you want to bite his ear off. All right.
Did I
With
stutter?
disadvantage.
Did I stutter?
But with disadvantage, just roll a d20 and add your proficiency, but do it twice with disadvantage.
Igneous is like, what do you think shh means?
That's an 18, so it'd be a 22. And a 6, so a 10.
10. Okay. He's throwing something, casting some sort of spell, and he just looks at you and he just sees and he's like, God, foul woman creature, get away from me, you'll get yours. So you miss him, but you kind of scared him a little bit.
I'll take it!
The shadow orc, who's currently engaged with, he's currently engaged with Melbin, and he kind of looks around. Ugh.
He's restrained, and he has to take 1d6 piercing damage at the top of his turn.
Oh, he is restrained. Yep, because he's also in sort of a dark area, and he's going to kind of shimmy to the side a little bit and go into the shadow. Very similar to what this monk on the table just did that you saw out of the corner of your eye, and appear behind you. And that's a bonus action. And he shadow strided into a second shadow right behind you. In fact, it's in your shadow.
Classic.
And you just hear, and you feel this kind of hot breath.
Ew.
Ew!
He is going to flex his muscles a little bit, and all of these shadows that are from around him start lashing out in kind of several directions. And I need everyone to make a dexterity saving throw.
Point of order, I am a shield master, so I can do dexterity saving throws. I can add my shield's AC.
24.
Success.
18.
Success.
1.
Fail.
1. 20 for me.
Don't
Success.
worry, Jeff. You're not the only one.
Oh, 2 ones? Oh, man. Okay.
It's the loneliest number.
Yenni and Theo, you feel a coldness overtake you slowly around your ankles and then up your legs and around your body, and it kind of almost pulls the energy and the breath out of you. You suffer 27 points of necrotic damage.
Dang.
Did those of us that saved...
No, you didn't. You didn't get any. It's called a lashing shadows.
Hot.
Yenni, you're up, followed by Melbin. What would you like to do?
Well, swinging around is not... I don't think I'm going to give that a round 2.
And Igneous is right in front of you.
Iggy, you might want to step back. I really feel like I'm going to barf. Can you pull me loose?
Me?
Yes, you.
I already did everything I could on my turn. I got your
No,
hood
like
off.
pull my legs. I'll pull too, and I'll totally get off this wall.
Yeah. It'd be best strategically just to you try to do it on your own.
Do I straight up just want to pull the chains off? Okay, let's go, Samson. Let's do it. Iggy, step back.
Are you raging?
Yeah, I'm go.
Okay, so you rage. Bonus action rage. Give me a athletics check.
Is 5 gonna do it?
Oh, no. So you see Yenni just
What is going on?
he just pulls really hard, and Igneous is just standing there like.
Put the hood back on.
All right, Melbin, it's your turn.
All right. How is the shadow orc looking?
He looks like a big, scary dude.
Like he lost an arm earlier,
He
didn't he?
lost an arm. He did lose an arm.
But he's still
Looking dead.
pretty hale and hearty for an undead.
Yes.
Okay.
Not giving you anything that's easy.
I'm going to use my bonus action to cast Compelled Duel on him. He needs to make a Wisdom saving throw.
Oh, 6.
Disadvantage if he attacks anyone other than me. All right. Then I'm going to attack him. Warhammer first, which is a 19 to hit.
That's gonna hit.
Turn it around. Battle Axe. That's a 28 to hit. Feel like I should use Divine Smite again against this guy. 44.
Stop attacking people! Except me!
Now he's looking kind of hurt. Now for an undead orc made of shadow and flesh, he's looking pretty nasty. He just kind of starts bubbling and like. All right, that's your turn. Theo, you're up, followed by Igneous.
Theo is going to put his shepherd's crook on the ground. He's going to begin casting a spell and begin swirling his hands around. And 8 spiders, giant wolf spiders, come out of the ground around the dark caster person and are going to start coming up onto him. I'm casting Conjure Animals, and I'm going to summon 8 spiders to come and attack him.
Wolf spiders?
Giant wolf spiders.
Okay. Now we have 8 giant wolf spiders. And Diedre, you and Yenni and Igneous, you also see all of a sudden these big wolf spiders kind of come up around you guys, and they're just like, yeah. And they come up around this caster. They don't seem to be interested in you.
Why is everything just disgusting here? I don't understand it.
Do they get to attack on the same turn?
They roll their own initiative, so their initiative is now 8.
Okay.
So at 8, they'll be able to attack. I am also going to use that's my action. My bonus action will be to use my Circle of the Shepherd to summon a spirit totem. And I summon the spirit of the unicorn. Okay, I'll concentrate us on the 3 new people. So the unicorn spirit lends protection to nearby allies. Advantage on all ability checks made to detect creatures, which won't be handy. But also, if I cast a healing spell, which I intend to pretty soon, everybody in that aura will gain healing points as well. So some healing might be coming down the pipe there. That's it.
All right, excellent. Igneous, you are up.
My options for breaking through chains are limited, but once a day I can cast Scorching Ray as a Phoenix Born. And I've assessed that casting that on their shackles would be a bad idea. But, like, what's the situation where the, like, chain is attached to the wall or whatever? Do, like, both chains come from the same place? Is it strung through something?
They're going up into the ceiling, and it looks like one chain might be connected to the same chain that Diedre is on, kind of going back down.
Okay, well, Scorching Ray, I get 3 rays, so I'm going to shoot that thing with the first one, see what happens.
Where are you aiming it?
At a length of chain that I at least know for sure is attached to one of them. Maybe it's attached to 2.
All right, so give me an attack.
First attack was a critical hit. 25.
Jeez. That'll hit.
You say that like you figured out the hit points of a chain. It's 17 damage.
I have the hit points of the chain in my head.
Absolutely, you do. 17 fire damage.
You just see, Yenni, you see Igneous in front of you, and he's kind of lashes out with some monk punches, like underhand and open palm, and just lets him out like he's flinging a cool frisbee, and it's just this fire disc comes out. What's the form of your Scorching Ray? I don't want to say it.
I mean, the spell itself would be like a ray of fire, but I like where you're going in terms of, like, it's an extension of monk power. I like that it's like a punch, but like basically a ray shoots out.
Fists of fire. So he kind of punches and like, and this
Comic elbow.
Like Liu Kang style, just bam, and it hits 1, 2, 3, and then on the third one it goes patink, and then Yenni, your right arm becomes much more slack, and Diedre's left arm becomes slack, and you still have the chain on you with the shackle. But
to be clear, Scorching Ray, there's 3 rays that you all roll for.
Oh, that's the first one. Sorry. So that's the first one. So, ding, 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 ding.
So like
So that's
both
the
of
first
them
one.
have an arm go loose. Does that help me see where the other chain would go?
So there's still a chain that's attached that's on their other arm.
All right. Shooting at that one. 13.
13 misses.
One more ray. Come on, Scorching.
Or I'll say it hits, but it doesn't really seem to have as much of an effect.
Okay. All right. Last ray. 23.
23 hits.
That's 4 damage.
It gets super red hot, and it's starting to like melt a little bit, but it's still kind of connected, and it's glowing red, and you're just like, oh, just a little bit more. That's your turn. It is the Death Priest's turn. He's continuing. He's got all these spiders around him, and he's like, no, and he kind of is very frustrated here. And Jeff,
Yes.
what level spell is Conjure Animals?
Conjure Animals is level 3.
He clenches his fingers and spreads them out at once, and all of these spiders just vanish and kind of melt away into shadow. And they have dissipated. And it kind of takes you by surprise, like, wait a minute, I thought I had control of these spiders. They conjured the spiders, and they're gone. Like, they're not there. And he looks back at you and grins malevolently. And then he looks back at the sort of shimmering doorway, this sort of arch that he made with this glimmer, and he starts running through it. He's gonna dash through it. Now, as he does this, he's gonna pass Diedre, and Diedre, you do have an attack of opportunity with one arm, just with your arm. So it's kind of like you're pulling a chain. You can go, and like there's a.
I want to see if I can wrap the chain around his neck as he runs by and like clothespin him.
Okay, so you're kind of like whip. Yeah, you kind of whip around. All right, I'll say.
And then I want to pull a slave Leia, and I want to do the.
Okay, all right. This is a stunt because it's a little harder to get a
Stunt me,
chain
baby.
that you have to pull down and try to lasso it around with one arm. So
Deidre's been waiting for this. She's been practicing.
okay, all right. With your chains, what skill do you want to use to try to lasso this? I'm just gonna put it up to you. Is this a sleight of hand? Is this a acrobatics?
Sleight of hand would be fabulous.
Okay.
Well, that's an 11 and a 21.
21 would have done it. But so here's what happens is you try to lasso it around him, and the chain, it does loop, and it goes towards his head, but it lands on his head. It just goes, ah! And he just screams a little bit, and it slides off. And
1 point of annoying damage.
yeah, he takes 1 point of chain damage, and it slides off. He looks back at you kind of annoyed, runs through the archway, and fizzles away. You see this glow of energy.
Just
And
knee
then
me,
he's gone.
elbow me in the face.
Seemingly disappeared into the night. Diedre, it's your turn.
So the portal is gone.
Portal's still up.
Well, I'm still chained. I can't follow him, can I?
One arm is
Man,
still chained.
What is up with these? This is such a difficult scenario. I hate being so. How's Yenni doing? Can I help her maybe with something?
Yenni is also chained with her other arm. So you could try your flying kick maneuver again.
Maybe not. I'm actually very good at climbing. That is like the one thing with my thief background that I'm good at. So I'm gonna try and climb up the wall, and then I'm gonna try and slam down with my elbow, kind of like a WWE thing, and like just like fling myself at it with a complete disregard for my own well-being.
Yeah, adrenaline, baby. All right, so give me an acrobatics.
Okay, fine.
This disadvantage.
Well, I don't know why I'm even rolling anything. I had a 21 and a 7, so you know what? I'm just gonna go outside and smoke a cigarette. It's
No, you
fine.
can't. You're still chained up. You can't get
Yeah.
outside.
You climb up. I'm gonna say you parkour off of this side table and you go up on to the wall and you get up and you're like, ah, ow, funny bone, ow. That was a bad idea. But it sounded real cool. It just couldn't connect. You hit the wall instead of the chain, and it hit in that area where it just like it just stings now a little bit. Igneous just kind of looks at you like, It's the Shadow Orc's turn. He's going to so he's just going to attack with his big old axe.
All right then.
3 attacks. 23 to hit.
That'll hit.
A crit.
That will also hit.
30 to hit. 25 to hit.
Also will hit.
Okay.
Despite my 20 AC, you hit me 3 times.
40 points of slashing damage.
Melbin is bloodied, but still doing okay.
Melvin takes a couple of shots to the shoulder and the back with this large battle axe. And
Oh!
I'm just gonna
Ow!
3 battle axe hits. This thing is pissed, but it's hanging on. Bonus action, it's going to move through you. You're facing it now as it has gone behind you. It starts going, and it actually kind of just phases through you. It's the weirdest sensation. It had physicality, but it's almost like this shadow passes over you, and as it does that, it disappears. It's like you don't see it anymore. It just goes right into the shadow, and it seems to have like
Totally
gone
cool.
away.
Just FYI, if he's moved more than 30 feet away from me, he has to succeed on a wisdom
It's
saving.
not what happened. He is not that far away. But I'm not going to say where, but he's not that far. So
Did Melvin feel him pass through him, like out his back, or did he disappear inside?
he passed through him, and then you don't see him anymore. He's like he just went into the shadow. Yenni, it's your turn, followed by Melvin. So you have one arm free, one arm restrained. Igneous is still in front of you. He hit the chain that is holding your one arm, and it is weak. What would you like to do?
Can I essentially flip myself around, plant my feet on the wall, and just like pull at the chain?
Yep.
Got it.
Give me an athletics with disadvantage.
10.
You pull, and then you hear this little pink, and then kind of slow motion is like, you slam back down just enough. It was a DC 10. So because it was already weakened. So you fall down, your arm's free. Diedre, who had just tried to elbow, she's like, ow, my elbow. Ah! Just like kind of the slack goes loose. You still have shackles on your wrists, but you are both kind of free with this long length of chain on you. That's your turn. Did you want to use a bonus action? You can move.
Oh, I mean, what's even nearby me aside from Diedre?
Right now, you don't see the large orc. Actually, do you have dark vision?
I can see in low light. Yeah.
Give me a perception check.
Okay. Disadvantage.
Yes.
Okay. How's an 8 work for you?
It's still kind of fuzzy. You just landed on the ground, and yeah, you just see Igneous kind of looking down at you on the floor. And you see Diedre to the side.
Wait, Igneous is on the floor, or I'm at the floor?
No, you're on the
looking up
floor.
Got it.
He's looking down at you. You're looking up at him. Kind of like, you okay?
Got it. Iggy, where's the stinky one?
The stinky one? I was tied up at the table. I don't know. It disappeared.
I can smell him. You can smell him, right? Diedre, can
What?
you smell him?
No.
I mean, I have a feeling I'll be smelling that for a very long time.
Melbin, it's your turn. Give me a perception check. You have your goggles on.
I have my goggles on, yes. I've had them on since we went into the... Yep, alright, perception, here we go. Natural 1, +2.
Ooh, your goggles have fogged up and you can't see anything from the
Okay.
inside.
Oh, darn it.
Free action to clean my goggles.
Okay.
And then I will ready an action.
Okay.
For when this foul beast reappears, I will attempt to attack it.
Okay, holding an action to attack.
So I got my axe hammer.
Come out, coward!
It's your turn, Theo, followed by Igneous.
Okay, Theo is going to come up behind Melvin and move the unicorn spirit a little bit so it's also over there, and is going to lay hands on the back, say, "Okay, hold on," and it's going to cast Cure Wounds, which is 15 plus 9. Because he's in the unicorn spirit, and anybody else within that has taken damage will get 9 additional. Will get 9 hit points because I cast a healing spell. Yes, because I cast a healing spell while in that circle.
That's everybody.
So you get 24. You heal for 24, and everybody else heals for 9.
Thank you.
At that moment, you hear the doors open up. And all the guards that you saw from the other side, the Theo and Melbin, you see burst in. There are 20 of them.
Oh, jeez.
And they all have various spears and swords. And they're like, ah, ah, and they see this chaos, and all these people are in here. And they have entered the fray. And they're going to run forward and start attacking various people. Melbin does a 20 hit.
My AC is 20. I can't remember which way that goes.
So that does hit. You take 12 points of slashing damage by 2 different guards. Theo does a 19 hit.
Yes.
5 of them come over to you because you're an orc and they see you as intimidating. You take 18 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
Some of them run over to Igneous. You have 4 on you, 19 to hit,
Hit.
21 points of slashing
dang.
damage.
Still 9 more guards.
Well, some of them are not rushing forward. Some of them are kind of like blocking the entrance as well. Another 3 go over to Diedre.
Yup.
They go over to you and they look at you and they're like, "Want to stab her, do you? We're supposed to stop her." They seem reluctant to strike at you because of your noble upbringing and look, and even though you're damaged, you seem kind of intimidating to them for some
Well,
reason.
I am above them. I'm glad they recognize that. Friends, you have this opportunity and this opportunity alone to exit this room right now with your lives, and as someone of great intellect, I suggest you do it.
And they just kind of look. Make a persuasion check with disadvantage.
17
Mhm.
and a 7. God, this disadvantage is killing me. I don't
Exhaustion.
play anymore.
It's exhaustion.
Ugh.
They like look at you and they're like, "Boss said we gotta stop you," and that's their turn. And then the rest of them are just gonna guard the door, basically. So now it's Igneous' turn. You have 4 guard cultists in front of you that just slashed at you.
They're all like melee range, I assume.
Yep.
I know burning hands, but I don't know if you do that close up, so I'll just cast punch. So let's do the monk thing. I'm gonna hit the guy who just hit me.
Okay. Well, all of them hit you.
Oh, that was all at once? Okay, I feel better about that because that was a serious hit and there's 4. First attack was 12.
That hits.
Right. 11 damage.
Knocks out. Boom.
Ooh, feeling good about this.
One punch.
Turn to the next one. Next attack, 17.
He's out.
Nice. There's 2 left, right?
Yep.
So I'll do flurry of blows. So I got 2 more attacks and 2 more folks there. Oh, rolled a 1, automatic miss, and a 23.
So you miss the third one, but then you take out the last one. Punch to the face, punch to the gut, solar plexus. It goes down. And then right in the third one, you kind of lean back. You try to hit him, but he manages to dodge out of the way. But at the same time, you kick back the other one, and he goes flying about 5 feet and lands on the floor. And you hear a little. So you've taken out 3.
Nice. I'm gonna look at the fourth guy and just give it like a look like, come on, you want to do this? You're gonna stick around for this? You have a chance to run.
Intimidation check with disadvantage.
Intimidating, but not that much. 12.
He kind of turns and he backs up a little bit. Well, I mean, he's going to back up on his turn. But he doesn't do it.
He looks inclined to back up.
He looks inclined to back up. Top of the round, which is Diedre.
So I still have those shenanigators.
You still have shackles on your wrists, but now you have 2 long chain lengths.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely gonna helicopter those bad boys and try to smack these guys in the head and hopefully do enough blunt force trauma that they either collapse or severely rethink their life's choices.
So attacking with an improvised weapon, give me just roll an attack roll.
Like a dex?
Dex plus your proficiency.
Okay, then that's a 27 to hit.
And roll another one.
That's a 12.
Here's what I'm gonna say. This is gonna be a stunt. See if you can get both of them. Give me a sleight of hand to see if you can get your flick of your wrist to hit both of them and do something.
That's
cool.
a 14.
You fling out with the chain, and it just rakes across their heads and faces, and just and they actually like bonk heads together and kind of do that thing where they knock down Three Stooges style.
Yes.
So you knocked them out bowling pin style.
Finally, the excellence I'm accustomed to.
At that point, the shadow work reappears behind Melbin because it's compelled.
Would I attack him first, given that I had readied my action to attack him?
Yes, you would attack him first. So you just hear this, but you get to attack first.
Attack number 1 is a 15. And attack number 2 is a natural 20. Plus 10, so it's 30.
Yikes.
All right.
Okay, that hits.
Woohoo!
Natural 20.
All right. He's pissing me off, so I'm going to Divine Smite him again. There goes all my spell slots. For that guy, it's 14 damage.
Now roll your other one.
And then, for my axe, that one I would double my dice, right? Okay, so that one is 20, and then the Divine Smite would be an additional 3.
Plus undead, so 8d8.
And then I doubled that. 34 more damage.
Describe your victory.
My axe flies through the air and slices. I'm going to say it hits him a whole bunch of times. It slices across his belly and then back across his chest, cuts off another arm, and then right down into his head and splits his little head open.
Yep, and with your radiant damage from the smites, you just see this light cut across this shadow creature, and it wails out in pain, and pieces of it that were connected by shadow sinew and weird, dark energy just fall to the floor, and he kind of tatters like a broken Mr. Potato Head and falls down and starts to kind of dissolve into darkness. It sort of becomes this black, gross kind of shadowy muck and into the ground. The divine energy was particularly effective.
Awesome. And then Melvin's going to kind of spin his axe, like in his hand, and then look at the guards and go,
"You don't want to mess with me."
I will say that as the orc starts to dissolve, his giant axe is still it's still there. It falls to the floor. King, 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 king. Yenni, it is your turn. What would you like to do? And you're prone. You're on the
Well, first order of business is stop being prone.
Okay.
So get
Getting
myself up. And then, I mean, what's visible to me? I know like Deidre's around, and
There's a couple of guards. Well, actually, there's only one guard that's right in front of Igneous, who's kind of like, I don't know about this.
well, how about that guard near Igneous? Could I tackle them
Yeah.
at the knees and try and knock them
yep.
down? I need
Yeah,
some blood.
go ahead.
Arr.
Okay, so this is just a straight strength or
Okay.
athletics.
Athletics? If it's athletics, then we're looking at 15, baby.
You're raging. Yeah, you're
Yes.
raging, so you cancel out the advantage. So 15. You just boom, and just kind of tackle him. His head hits the ground, the stone floor, and and he just gets knocked unconscious. You
Got
take
it.
him out. He
Yeah, tissue paper.
Yeah, tissue paper. Just something fun to play with. All right, so you take out that guy, and the rest of you, Theo and Melbin, you see this little halfling, kind of crazy woman just like take out one of the guards and leap on him, just
Well done.
just beating him. Melbin, it's your turn. So now it's your new turn. There's a bunch of guards. I think there's. I'm just gonna say 6.
All right. I don't know how I would do this, but perhaps it's a stunt, and if not, I'll just do something else. I would like to just start like swinging my hammer axe above my head and just try to barrel into the lot of them.
Before you make an attack roll, give me a intimidation check.
13.
13. Go ahead and make an attack roll.
16.
That does hit some of them. You don't hit all of them, but the 4 that are on the right that you are running into just get whacked. Just and then 2 of them just The DC for the intimidation was 15, so you don't quite intimidate them to run, but you did take 4 of them out. So
And then I'll just glare at the other two.
Yep. Theo, you're up, followed by Igneous. There are 3 guards left. One of them is in front of Igneous. There's 2 guards left at the door. Theo.
Okay. I'm going to use my Summon Nature's Ally ability in lieu of my Wild Shape. And I'm going to summon the form of a Black Panther that I want to summon on the other side of the door, behind the guards, to call them in so that they don't, if they do try and run, they will run right into a Black Panther so we can finish all of these off and leave no survivors.
Is it a fey creature? I'm trying to remember what we talked about. Like it's just a Black Panther shows up. Okay. Out of seemingly nothing, and with a arcane mystical energy of nature, and this Black Panther starts creeping out of the shadow and starts growling at the 2 guards, and they turn around and go, I didn't get paid enough for this. And Igneous, it's your turn.
Yep. So they're kind of trapped between me and a panther if I attack them, right?
Yeah, and there's still 1 guard that actually
Got tackled by Yenni.
I think there's still
but that didn't work.
Yeah, so there's nobody in front of you, so it's just the 2.
All right. So there's 2 up there. I'll go up and I mean, my thought is to like grab them and clonk their heads together.
Okay.
If I can do that in a monkey way that it works well for me, I don't know what you'd want me to
You can
do.
do that in a monk-like way, yes. Just give me an attack.
All right. Here we go. 25.
Okay. You jump up on the door frame and with your thighs hit both of their heads together and squeeze your thighs, like just thigh master their heads together. Just they go and then you drop down.
Is there a James Bond villain?
Xenia Onatop from GoldenEye.
Yeah, so you Xenia on atop these 2 guards and they clonk their heads together and Igneous drops down. And you guys have taken out the guards and the shadow orc, but the death priest has gone.
Woohoo!
We are out of initiative.
Well
Huzzah.
done, fellow heroes.
Hello, Knights of the Roll Table. This is Chris Daly, your beguiling beholder and DM of Season 5. Oh my goodness, our party has finally joined together. I'm so excited to hear what happens. Well, I know what happens because this is all pre-recorded, but you're just going to have to wait. Our D&D resource for this episode is another one for the DMs, and this time it's all about maps. And there's a lot of cool map resources out there, but the one I'm going to mention is Dyson's Dodecahedron at dysonlogos.blog. This is a Patreon-supported collection of some classically designed dungeon and encounter maps, complete with or without grids. These would be perfect for a long adventure or just a quick one-shot. There are descriptions of each location to spark ideas. There's also a collection of adventure modules, characters for different RPG systems, and some map collections you can order. There's a lot of free content, but support this artist on Patreon if you can. They're old school and amazing. dysonlogos.blog. Hey, if you listen to Knights of the Roll Table, yes, that means you. Be sure to leave a 5-star rating and review. We'd appreciate it, and it helps more people find out about the show. You can join our Discord server. It's a great place to chat with the cast, see art from the show by myself, and find other listeners. You can find Knights of the Roll Table using the @RolledTable handle on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. We also have a Facebook group and a YouTube channel. Today's episode features music from Arcane Anthems and Tabletop Audio. Both are on Patreon, and they are awesome. Check out Arcane Anthems and Tabletop Audio. You can get free D&D character art available on my Patreon, Dungeon Heads. Black and white art is free, and paid tiers get access to color, recolors, reskins, and high-res version of each character. Check out my TikTok and Instagram @DungeonHeads. We know we are not the only D&D actual play podcast out there, so we really honestly thank you so much for listening and giving us a chance. That's all of our announcements. Now go out and make life an adventure. You guys have just defeated, knocked unconscious, maybe killed a couple of guards. This human paladin has kind of single-handedly taken out this gross, big, very large shadow orc creature, and this evil kind of cult priests seem to have gone away. The door has since vanished, and the 5 of you are left in this crypt temple room.
Well, now that was incredibly unpleasant. Yenni, are you okay?
I'm still beating up the guard that I tackled.
Yenni, I think
I
we're
should
good.
say that Igneous, Yenni, and Diedre, you, now that the adrenaline of the fight is over, you feel really tired. Like you're just dragging and kind of like, you haven't eaten anything. And
Yeah.
Yenni, you got him. You can stop.
Okay.
Good
All
job.
right.
Do we see their tattoos?
if the 3 of you don't have them hidden,
There was mention earlier, like, oh, there's more knights or something. Or
Yeah, I was gonna ask otherwise, but I'm curious. if
I'm
we
just
see
I'm just trying to remember if like y'all have
sleeves.
sleeves or gloves or gauntlets or anything that
I
bracers.
would be in a very slick black with my riding gloves, assuming that they had not been
Yeah.
perturbed by the chains.
You don't see anything on Diedre, on the woman, on the little halfling woman.
Might it be visible?
Yours are visible? Okay. You do see it. There is the tattoo of the Knights of the Realm on this sort of dark-skinned monk that's standing.
Hello, fellow knight. Are your compatriots also knights?
Oh, yes. That was very impressive. I'll kind of reach for the knight's handshake with him. You
I wouldn't
grasp
turn
the
it in
two
kind.
signals, and it was a very impressive job with the dead orc thing. Thank you.
He was quite foul. I am Melbin Gelrod, and this is my teacher and master Theo.
Hi.
Hello, hail. I'm also a knight, but I'm not any sort of actual teacher. Melvin and I have been adventuring together for some time, and he is very outgoing, and that's fine. But
I can tell he's a real wise to Melvin. He's a really wise teacher. That like God, I'm not a teacher. Like you have to learn from your environment.
Yes, he has
not
taught
from
me much about the
military
environment and nature.
I'm Igneous. This is Yenni and Diedre.
okay, now are any of you hurt? Should we take a moment to heal and feel better?
Diedre, you got the chain situation there.
Yes, I'm afraid I'm rather encumbered at the moment. If you could assist me, that would be.
Do we
Most
see
welcome.
our stuff
Thank you.
or keys or anything in the room?
With a little bit of searching around, I'll say all of you kind of start looking around. The crates that were in one of the corners, there is a box that has some of your cloaks that have been moved off, like Igneous, your cloak, Diedre's cloak, all of your weapons. One of you searches the table that the priest was working at, and in a small wooden box are the keys to the chains, so you're able to remove the shackles.
Please be careful with that cloak, darling. That's Angora. If you get it wet, that'll be the end of it.
You also see this large metal, very intimidating axe that the orc was wielding.
Yeah, I'd like to check that out. See if it looks unusual other than being a giant axe.
Made from a bear spine, right?
Well, it looks like some sort of beast spine. You look at it, and it's very beautiful, but deeply intimidating in the sense it looks kind of made of this dark shimmering black metal, and it looks like almost segmented at the part with the blade. It's a double-sided blade, and there's wraps around the handle, towards the base.
No precious stones or anything.
No precious stones. It's mostly obsidian, onyx, metal, steel, and sharpness and blood.
Awesome. I'll just sort of hang on to it unless anyone else wants it. I doubt I'll do anything with it in the near future. But I'm not going to leave something like that behind.
Melbin, what is your alignment?
Oh, no. I am, let me double check this, neutral good.
As soon as you pick it up, you get a screaming, I'm not going to scream, but you get this thin, loud screaming in the back of your head, and it shocks you, and you drop the axe.
Yeah.
What?
Oh, that was unpleasant. Did anyone else hear that?
No.
There was a screaming. Someone else pick it up.
Hey, Yenni, you want this screaming axe?
Oh yeah. And I
Well,
right
hold
towards
on.
the axe.
Okay.
Yenni, what's your alignment?
Oh boy, what is my alignment? I think it's also neutral good, chaotic good. Makes sense.
Okay, you pick it up. Seems fine. Seems like a big old axe. You
Axe of
hear in the back of
chaos.
your head. You hear in the back of your head. Hello.
Oh, hey.
Who are you?
Can we can't hear that, right?
Nope, just Yenni.
I'm Yenni Bonax.
Did you say that out loud?
Yeah, oh, most certainly. Definitely no inside voice.
The thing is, like, the talking to the axe, like, I was like, should we comment on it? But also I'm thinking about, like, Deidre's been with Yenni for a long time, and I don't know that this behavior is
No, we're just going to let it go.
to...
I kind of move the axe around and go, where's your mouth part?
And he goes, I'm a Hydrax.
Hide.
I am the Hydrax.
Where do you usually hide?
From the I can see that I'm not working with much here. Let me ask you something. Do you like killing things? Do you like chopping things?
Oh yeah. Oh, I like.
You like swinging this axe? You like swinging me?
Yeah.
Do you think you can cause a lot of damage with me and break some skulls?
Oh, almost certainly.
Okay. All right. Well, listen, you hang on to this Hydrax, okay? You hang on to me.
You and me are gonna do great things, Yenni.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, we
And
are.
after an hour together, I'm really gonna show you what I can do. You
Oh
understand?
my.
I turn to everyone else and go, this axe is great.
Well, I'm glad you're happy, Yenni.
Yenni, you have earned the +1 magic axe called the Hydra axe.
I picture this axe as being roughly the same size as Yenni.
It's interesting because Yenni's only 3 feet. The axe, when you picked it up, was a good 5 feet. When Yenni picks it up, it becomes smaller.
Really? Interesting.
It seems just as big as she is, but it's also like incredibly light in your hands. It handles so well. It's really balanced. Hard to put down.
I just imagine like a slow-mo montage, like in the arms of an angel. Just swinging it around.
I love it.
I think this is gonna end badly.
Yeah, for the people on the other end.
Whirlwind romance.
So, with that in mind, I'll look to Theo and say,
Theo, could these be the 3 knights that we've been searching for?
Well, I think that's pretty obvious. They were imprisoned in here, the place they told us to go look, and they are knights. So maybe we should get going now. You know, before more bad people come.
Sorry, darling. Who sent you to find us? We've barely been here.
How long have we?
How long
You've been here for about a little less than 2 days, like
Oh,
48
Lord.
hours.
We could really use like a shower or something if we'd much appreciated for you coming in and
we've
helping
been
us
here
out there.
barely 2 days.
If we could go set up a camp somewhere, get a little rest, that would be very, very appreciated.
We're staying at a very nice inn nearby. You could join us.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that would be lovely. A bath sounds marvelous.
Lassie, who runs the place, is quite lovely.
Sounds good. Lead the way. Bring on the lassie.
All right, you guys, without any encumbrance, make your way back through the crypt. You don't go back through the sewer because now you can just head through the crypt.
As we start heading back through, the Black Panther that was summoned comes over and nuzzles up against me and then starts walking alongside me and is just walking with us now.
How long does the Black Panther stay around?
4 hours.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have this Black Panther also just kind of walking along, and it's following
Can I
you.
pet that?
Oh yeah, just be gentle.
Oh, nice.
Pet the Black Panther. It's
Oh, I
very
like
soft
that.
and
So I'm sorry. I'm afraid you'll need to illuminate me a little bit more here. You still haven't clarified who sent you
Hey. Diedre, pet the panther.
to find us.
It's really nice.
Igneous, not now.
Melbin will look at Theo to answer that question.
Theo just kind of gives like a little nod and shrug, like, yeah, sure. You could tell him.
We were sent by a changeling, we think, who said that you were working for Drake Bloodmoon and sent us to seek you out because you had been captured. We also seek Drake Bloodmoon.
We are also seeking Blood Moon.
the 3 of you had met in the Ogmarian district of Valentrell a woman named Julia
Julia.
who kind of recognized you and in secret said, yeah, I know who you are and I need you to go to this place and check it out, and sent you on this mission. And if you do, then I will find you and take you to Drake Bloodmoon.
So we'll relay all that information. And Julius told us that you were working for DB, as I wrote it in my notes.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, we were looking for Blood Moon. In fact, we're largely here because Yenni thought that name was pretty cool. And if it was like Drake Feather Rest, we probably wouldn't be here tied up and exhausted at all. But it seems like we're meant to be together. And also, like, I cannot emphasize enough how much we could use a rest right now.
Our leader, Anastasia, rest her soul, sent us on a quest to find this blood moon. But we were sent to find you on our way.
Well, then it appears that our interests are aligned.
Then let's go to the end.
Right about this point, you guys have made your way out of the temple. Outside, you see a black metal woolen sheep, and it sees Theo and it goes, "Meh."
Yes, girl, I'm back.
And
I know. We'll get you your oats.
you make your way to the Weeping Wyvern in the Eldath Crossing district of town, and walking out comes what looks like this old woman who Theo and Melbin you recognize as this changeling that had turned into an old woman, and she says, "Talk you long enough.
Well,
I see you found our friends. Glad to
We
see
did.
you're still alive."
yes, it seems that they were being captured and tortured. Whoever took them was up to some no good, and he didn't tell us that part of it.
Well, your knights, I had to make sure that you were on the up and up. I'm sure you could have handled yourself. What did you see down there?
Well, there was an evil sorcerer. There was a big nasty beast that Melvin took care of.
There was a very kind spider and her family.
Well, I'm not bothered about the spider. It tends to happen, but you said there was a sorcerer?
Yes, we couldn't take them down. They got away.
Some sort of priest.
A priest? Well, a priest in a temple, it's not unusual, but did they have any sort of markings or anything that identified who they worshipped? Or
Well, in the basement, we did see statues, lots and lots of statues of all the different gods, and it didn't seem like they were worshipping all the gods. Maybe they went around town and were taking them all and putting them down here.
statues?
And the priest was wearing black robes and was cowled and...
Whatever else you said earlier, Chris, I will describe that.
They had a bag over my head for the majority.
Yes,
of
I'm
it.
sorry about that. And you'll see this old woman, and she kind of straightens up, and before you, she kind of quickly morphs Mystique style into Julia, who is the young woman that you talked to a couple of days ago, and she says,
Oh, hi.
"Well, like I said, it's good to see you all again.
Yeah.
I'm glad that you made it back in one piece, and thank you for going on this quite dangerous mission. Seems that I underestimated how dangerous it might have
A
been.
bit, yeah.
I'm sorry about that.
Yes, I've actually had a bit of a harrowing day, so the sooner that we can find our ways to a warm bed and a hot bath.
Listen,
Bet.
I would say let's stay here at the inn, but it's not safe for you anymore. They know that you're here, and I'd like to explain more, but I think that all of you might be in danger. So if you follow me quickly, I can take you to the place where you can rest, and then we can proceed to talk with Mr. Bloodmoon. If you follow me.
Well, let's go.
All right, we have to move quickly. I'm afraid the knights are being hunted.
I will move as quickly as I can, but I'm again, I feel like I cannot express this enough. I'm very tired, and I'm starting to sweat.
And pass without trace.
Okay, so everybody make a stealth check with +10. So you move kind of slowly because some of you are encumbered with disadvantage, half movement, but you do get +10 on stealth.
Okay. 14 for Melvin then.
36.
31.
I'm very sneaky, you guys.
Oh, it's not 31. Sorry, but it's high. 20.
I am the opposite of sneaky.
20.
18.
You guys are good. In the morning shadow light, you make your way, creep your way through. People aren't even out yet. Those that are too tired or hungover or just focused to notice you, it's like you're not even seen because you're just creeping in the shadows. This person who Julia or Julius, as you have come to know them, no one's really asked their name yet, but has gone on and has led you through Eldath Crossing, and you get closer and closer to the river in the middle of the city. You go down past a gate and then down into this little under the bridge area. And she turns back to you and says, well, would you like the scenic route or the faster route?
Fast.
Well, now we don't know what the scenic route might have. Maybe there's some nice shops or some beautiful clock towers along the way.
I'm afraid it's not quite like that. It just takes longer, but it's got some pretty things to look at along the way, but it's going to take a lot longer. But the faster way is not as clean, but it will get us there a lot faster. Might be good in the sense that we're trying to avoid people chasing us.
Well, is it safe for Rebecca to come?
As long as you hold on to her, it will be.
Okay.
Is the panther still with us at this point?
Yeah, the panther's been like going up and like jumping onto rooftops and like looking up ahead and like I can communicate with it telepathically, so it is telling me, look over here, go over there.
Panther is sneakily also with you, but you don't see it too often because it's being a panther.
I'm just curious how Rebecca feels about the panther.
I'm sure they're friends. I think they probably met each other.
Yeah, Rebecca's oddly used to all these strange creatures popping up, and she's oddly okay with it. Faster route or the scenic route?
Faster.
Faster.
I'm tired, and I'm just gonna start crying.
Oh no.
I'm dirty, and I'm tired.
Well, hold on.
And I tried to elbow a chain, and it didn't.
Hold on now, Miss. Would you like maybe some fresh cheese? Okay.
Yes, please. I don't normally eat dairy, but I'm
And
very
he produces some sheep's milk cheese and says, "Here, have as much as you'd like."
See, not even dairy.
Is this like okay, like on a scale of like bougie to like craft singles, like what
It's
are we
pretty.
talking
It's
here?
pretty bougie, pretty authentic. Looks like it's handmade by Theo. It's already like in the block in the cheesecloth.
I mean, like, okay, so is this bougie cheese or is this bathtub cheese? Because handmade could go a lot of different directions.
It looks handmade. It doesn't look like it will poison you.
But like, does it?
Let's just eat the
get away from the
cheese.
cheese. Come on.
Roll
This is
for
important.
cheese.
Oh, I rolled for cheese earlier, so Jeff, you can.
What's- Roll for the
Jen,
cheese's
roll for-
charisma.
Yeah, Jeff, roll charisma check. Just a straight charisma check, and Jen, roll an investigation with disadvantage. Jeff rolled a natural 20. Is it natural 20 or
A 9.
9? Anything looks really good right now. You're super hungry.
I shove it in my mouth.
I need everybody to make a perception check.
Oh boy.
Do we still get disadvantage because of exhaustion, or?
The three of you do, yeah.
Oh, it's not a saving throw. Never mind.
12.
12 as well.
I rolled 12 twice, so 12.
5.
None of you hear this. And but I will say the panther jumps down and tugs at your cloak, Theo, and kind of nudges up to you. And you see up on the rooftops where the panther came from a female figure in a violet dark shroud, and she's wearing a cloak and she's wearing a mask over her face. And now the rest of you hear this, and it's this kind of like the sound of armor on armor. You see a couple of city guards, and they're marching quickly towards the riverbank.
The fast route.
I suggest we all go now. So she goes over to, there are several drains on the floor that go into the river right before you actually go into the water. These large metal drains. She goes over to the first one on the left and lifts it up kind of unusually strongly for her size of a woman, but she appears to be super strong because she's not actually who she is. And it reveals a kind of a slimy, dark pipe that is about 5 foot by 5 foot, and it starts to slant down towards under the river. And she jumps in and just slides out of sight.
Yeah, that is gross.
Here we go.
Melbin goes in.
Hold on to me, Rebecca. I hold Rebecca.
Rebecca and Theo go in. And you just hear,
Come on, let's go.
Plug my nose and go.
everybody goes. The drain cover, strangely, covers itself back up. And you guys slide for what seems like minutes. Several long, slimy, sliding water slide.
It goes
but
back
not
and forth.
quite a water.
Does it like?
It goes
curl
back and
around?
forth a little
Oh,
bit.
yeah.
Whoa!
You see some iridescent, shiny things. One of you, Yenni, you swear you see a pair of eyes fly by, like, and then you slide down to a puddle of water. You think is water, and and you're all kind of like this sort of not a lake, not a river, but you're just kind of in this almost like a little pond, underground. And you all find yourselves in this dimly lit, kind of bioluminescent cave. And she stands up, shakes a little bit, and then she changes her form. And you see in a dark cloak with a leather armor, very pale skin, short white cropped hair, kind of dark sunken eyes with black but white pupils. And you see what you assume to be the true form of this changeling. And he kind of now in a male guise turns around and says, "Yes, now I can introduce myself properly. I am Gustavo. It is an honor to finally meet all of you. I will take you somewhere where you can rest. I'm sorry for the not so pleasant way, but it was the fastest way, and I told you that they were hunting you."
It was quite fast and well met, Gustavo.
"Please follow me." And he takes you into through the pond. You find yourself at the base of this cavern, to where there's a series of ruins that look like dwarven carvings. Do any of you speak Dwarven?
I do.
Melbin does? Okay. You see this dwarven room. There's 3 cave doors. These are older, ancient carvings. One door is caved in. Another door is sealed shut with rock. And the third, the central door, leads to a cavern which kind of loses its civilized architecture as it goes down, descends into the natural irregularity of the very rock itself. You notice right above the door, it says in Dwarven, carved in very ancient runic kind of symbols, "Honor and discovery, glory and possession." And the cavern descends further, and you guys walk slowly, but you're no longer needing to really hide. And Gustavo tends to just go confidently in. Every once in a while, he kind of like holds his hand up, and you stop, and you go forward again. And you go down maybe another 2-3 miles, pretty far, down at a steep angle. Not a steep angle, but a shallow angle. And it descends deeper into dark, but still kind of oddly glowing, luminescent light. And then you stop in your tracks, breathing a sigh of relief as Gustavo turns around and says, "Welcome to Subterra." And that's where we're going to stop for the night.
Dun, 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 dun.